Okay guys, quick tip prepper here. I wanted to show you the most amazing thing that I absolutely love, and I think if you get one thing in your prep kit, it should be this Coleman outdoor stove. It comes in a box, and it comes flat, and you just unfold it, and then you can use it in several ways. When you unfold it, it looks like this. Comes with a handle so you can pick it up, carry it around. You can use it several ways. You can put it on top of a propane grill, which I'm doing right now, and I'm making enchiladas today. As you can see, chicken enchiladas, they're ready to put in the oven. I put a slow cook liner in so it makes easy cleanup. I put green chili sauce, a can of chicken, which you can see, corn tortillas or flour tortillas, whatever you prefer, grated cheese, put it over it. I'm getting ready to pop it in the oven. Now with this, as you can see, the temperature went from 0 to 375 within like 10 minutes. So I'll talk after I get it put in the oven. I had to keep everything covered up out here because we have bees everywhere and they want to get in my food supply. So there you go, it's very hot. Put it in just like you do any regular other oven. Close the oven door. And now what I want to say about this is, as you can see, it's climbing up to, it's about 375 where I want it. You can buy these at your hardware store, other stores where you buy camping supplies, Amazon, and they're really cheap too. I got this one for $50 plus tax. And let me show you the side. It's just the side, and the back looks the same. It doesn't connect to anything. It just basically is your oven. And I have it on the propane grill right now. As you can see, it gets very hot. You can regulate the temperature by several ways, like with the propane grill. Just turn the grill down if you want the temperature to go down. Or I also put it on firewood. You put a grate over the firewood, and you put this Coleman oven on top of the grate, and it works the same as it does the propane over the firewood. And the way to regulate it is, wait till your firewood gets down to coals, and it's not burning a big fire but down to coals. Put the oven on top of it, and then on the grate, when you want to turn it down, if you want to turn it down, you can just move this little oven over to the side on the grate to make the temperature go down. Works great on the over firewood, or what really works good too is on the wood stove. Just set this on top of your wood stove. As you can see, it's staying steady about where it is. On the wood stove, and pretty much I have experienced that when I cook, it stays pretty much steady at where I want it. Like I said, if you want to turn it down, just slide it over from the heat source to make it go down a little more. Also, so you can put it on top of your propane grill. As you can see, I have it just sitting on the propane grill. See, on top of it. Or you can put it on a grate on top of your firewood when you start a fire in your fire pit that you have at home, backyard, whatever. Also, you can set it on top of your wood stove. That works great. I love to put it on top of the wood stove in the winter and make bread. You can make a loaf of bread in this. Turns out perfect, which I'll do in another video and show you how good it comes out. And then I want to say too, let's say you don't have any of these three options I just mentioned, the propane grill, the wood stove, or to be able to do it over the fire pit. And what you can do is, like, it's been 90 degrees in my area, and just set it outside in the hot sun, direct sun. And if you want to warm something up, instead of using the microwave, which normally takes 3 to 5 minutes to warm something up, you could actually warm up your dinner in this, sitting it in the direct hot sun. Takes longer, half hour, 45 minutes maybe, but you have a warm dinner with no grill, no wood stove, and no wood fire pit. Of course, you know, you wouldn't want to bake in this all day. I mean, you don't want to sit it out, of course, when it's not hot out and when it would take too long to cook and it's something that would spoil. You don't want to cause yourself to have, food poisoning. So be careful. But when you have it over a heat source, as you can see, it's still staying steady right where I want it to cook my enchilada dinner that I made. You wouldn't, if you got it over your propane grill, your wood sitting on your wood stove, or over a fire pit on the grate, you wouldn't have to worry about, the food poisoning, because you have it on a high heat source, 350, 375, 400. Like I said, I'm making enchiladas tonight. I've made bread, I've made cookies, I've made brownies, cake, I've made a meatloaf in this. I mean, just because you're off grid or the grid goes down doesn't mean you have to starve to death and you can't have a nice hot meal. You can put just anything in this you want to warm up or cook. It works just like an oven. And really, if I had to buy one thing right now, it would be this, because it's a cheap $50. You got a cheap oven and you can make anything and everything. I mean, there has been other countries that they've run completely out of bread. There is no bread, and if you could get bread, it would cost beyond a fortune, $10 a loaf or whatever. And you can make your own bread in here. Just buy flour. Make sure you have flour stored up in your Mylar bags, and the ingredients you make bread with, I like to make it with buttermilk powder and your yeast. Make sure you have yeast in your Mylar bags, and you can make a good loaf of bread. So just remember, just because you're living off grid, or the grid goes down and you don't have access to a grid, doesn't mean you can't live normally. Doesn't mean that you can't prepare hot meals for your family and eat normally. You just got to know how to do it. And this is very simple. It's a cheap way, and it works great, just like your oven inside your home. Alright, so now I'm going to look and see, like I said, if you got, see inside of here. Oops, sorry. Ooh, it's hot. See there? All the cheese is melted. It's baked. I'm going to take it out now. And there you have it. Cheese enchiladas. Don't those look delicious? Cheese enchiladas. They look delicious. Yes. And this is a meal that you can make even if the grid goes down or you're living off grid. You don't have to sit in your apartment or in your house or wherever you are and be like, oh no, what am I going to do? You know, we don't have any way to cook. We don't have any way to warm our canned food up even. Well, this is a cheap way, something to invest in. Look at that, it cooks just like the oven and very quickly. And it's a very cheap way. I would say if you're going to invest in anything, I would invest in this Coleman oven. It's just called a Coleman outdoor oven. And like I said, it's just metal folded down in the box, comes flat. You just lift it up by the handle and unfold it and set it on your heat source and start baking. Alright guys, I hope you have a super good evening. We will do a new video tomorrow. Maybe I will do a loaf of bread, or make a loaf of bread over a different heat source tomorrow. Okay? You all have a good evening. Take care and keep prepping, and don't get discouraged, guys. You can do it.